Hello, hello. Good morning. Welcome to another ES Futures trading stream. This is Victor, streaming from Atlanta. Today is Tuesday, September 9. It is 10:22 a.m. Eastern Time in the US. Got an interesting day here. You know, I say interesting. Let me put this bar charts below, so I can see, I can keep observing this market while I talk about this. Right? You know, you got a range forming in the weekly, the monthly, probably. This high has been taken, may attempt this market may attempt to reach this side. That's a scenario that I am contemplating, because I've seen this behavior as a sign of rally getting a little bit old here. Right? This go no go level down here is this low, the low of the 2-month range. We have FOMC coming next week. CPI, I believe I think it's tomorrow or Thursday. Let me double check that. CPI is, yes, Thursday. PPI is tomorrow. Final demand tomorrow. And the interesting thing here is, in the monthly, my bad, in the daily, right, we have this inside bar here, and I want to highlight this. Right? This is the two range I'm talking about. This is, which is the weekly, is this selling from market, selling from this, which is not a good, it's not a strong selling, but you have a range, very questionable lows down here. Notice this inside bar, resolution to the upside, inside bar, followed by an outside bar. And why is an outside bar? Because it breaks the lower side of the bar and closes above the high. That makes this bar an outside bar and very relevant. After that, we have a breakout to new all-time highs. Right? But it falls, it collapses after that. After this big break, we have another inside bar, again selling for a very mechanical level, right? Resolution to the upside. Every time the market has had an inside bar, the resolution has been to the upside. Now, guess what we have now? We have a nice inside bar, almost right at the center, right? At the center of the previous day range. An inside bar, just above this level, this one here, right, which is a breakout of the market making new all-time highs. So far, and why I didn't start the stream early today, I was waiting for something actually, because from yesterday And this is the observation, right? I didn't have nothing yesterday. I guess I made a quick stream after in the afternoon, right? The morning, I was calling this low, I believe, and this high as a potential for sequential trade. A sequential trade is when the market, I guess it was up down here. When the market checks, when the market forms this kind of questionable levels, and the high and the low of range, and it after it takes one of them, it can be the high or the low, it proceeds to take the other one. It didn't happen the way, how I can say this. It's not about conviction, right? But it took repair this low, but has left another one at the bottom, right? So this one just was moved lower, and I have the upper side here as well. The overnight doesn't count. As we have a very prominent overnight POC, but it doesn't count as this high being repaired. It has to happen during regular trading hours. Just check the volume, for example, right? 2 periods we have over 200,000 contracts being negotiated, being traded, and the whole overnight, like 3, 6, 9, I don't know, 20, 30 periods, and only 170,000, right? So, what I was, and I think what got in the way is this low here. That the market, this was a really nice sign for a short, for me at least, if the market aimed at the opening to take this high, but before doing this is what got in the way. That this correction happened just before the opening. All right. If you check here, for example, the amount of content, look at this. I'm going to, let's see if I can increase the size or no. Yeah, right there. I have, for example, here I have 600, 700, 1,000 here, 2,000. It started to increase, but notice what happened in the pre-opening, right? 3,000, 3,000. It is clearly is a difference between this period and the other ones, right? Here comes the opening period 10,000 years, which is a different story now. Check out what is happening in Nasdaq. This is what caught my attention, right? In this period, in B, this was wide. There was a tremendous movement to the downside relative to the previous period, right? But everything was white. Even there was a little gap here, right? But which is a sign for me that there is not really a big compromise here. Right? And I don't see anybody making an stance, making a stand here, making themselves being noticed, or compromising anything here. The ES, which is what I do, right? I have started to notice, for example, value is slightly higher. Nasdaq value was a little bit higher as well, but now it's inside, which increases the odds of rotation. It is going to go lower? I don't know. I don't like this high here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 highs, pretty much about the same thing that we have here. The most important thing for me was, again, just like in this day, the opening being revisited multiple times, but the selling coming from this level without taking this, I would have been short if if this low, if this high has been taken, right? But yeah, I mean, it is just me, right? It is just me. That's it. That's the way how I see the markets, and how I may take a chance, you know, in or how I approach the market. Now that previous day high has not been taken, this may be aiming to this low here. Now, there's no breakout of the inside bar yet. Right? I am not doing anything here. Right? This could be the aim. The market might be aiming to take this yesterday's low. No? This high has not been taken. And again, this low was made or was bought from sell, just like the previous day. Do you remember this really bad day, terrible trending day that we have? It came from saddle. Now yesterday also is coming from saddle, and we may see some reaction to that towards this area, but that's within the odds. But for me, the risk is here is not worth. Yeah. I guess my risk is 1-to-1, or it can be even 2-to-1. It's just not worth for me, right? And of course, after I say that, I can see the market just plunging, right? But we got to live with that. One of the things, and this is something that I want to share, that I do when I see these shapes, and I notice it looks like a knife, right? Like a knife, the handle, and see that this on me often conducts sign as a direction, a short-term trade, right, in the direction of the knife. That's just me. Okay, that's just me. All right. Okay, look at how value is overlapping higher. The next thing that may happen is maybe the market forming a distribution here. And I want to see the value moves lower. Nasdaq has already taken the low, previous day low. The Dow is back inside previous day range. Russell has actually taken the opposite side, is below previous day range, and Nasdaq is below previous day range as well. And it looks like the ES has potential to do that as well. The sequential trade has not played yet. Right? And that is what I was making my mind up early today, early in the morning. I was, my decision was, if this market takes previous day high, I was going to be in the short side. But it just didn't reach my entry level there. And now I see this market going in the direction without me. which is okay. Now, look at this. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 highs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lows. No? So just add this profile on top of this one. Now that I am seeing something here. What? Volume is very low, man. Very low relative to yesterday and before yesterday. It looks to me like all eyes are in. Non-farm since CPI. Now there's a breakout of the inside bar, okay? If you check it daily, this is a breakout to the downside. The session has a long way to go yet. So and it just gives me an idea what's happening, who's behind this movement. It was me. I got to be very careful in this week and next week as well. Because we have FMC next week. Also, that's a rollover. The rollover is starting this week. Let me show you what do I have here. Right. Look at this. Yesterday we had 20,000 contracts in December. Friday 13, Thursday 16, Wednesday 7,000, Tuesday 10,000. Kind of like it's starting to pick up some pace here. But compare that with the current contract, right? There's a lot here, 1 million here. Out of the 1.1 out, pretty much 99% or 95% of everything that has been traded belongs to September contract. If you have any question, please just let me know. I'm relaxing here. Having this kind of high decreases the potential of a sharp break. Also, you can see here, right? It goes lower and then takes the high. What the heck is this? It's an outside bar. It doesn't have any direction. I don't know. it might repeat this day here. It has all the marks of Friday here. I'm going to take a little break here. Allow me a second, please. I am checking out the Dow here. All right. This could be relevant here. Let's take this. This is the Nasdaq is fighting here to get back inside this range, really narrow range. The same, I think the same can be said for this Russell here. Now that didn't that also happened to the EAS, right? Now the thing is, when these markets look below, the next thing could be this high. Now that is the sequential trade in play. All right. The Dow remains kind of strong here. Is the strongest index. It's trying to get back outside this range, back higher. Look at that. This could play some. This could play. Let's see how this plays out. Now this low has been taken. Now, notice, right? I was looking to the opposite trade actually, but now that this low has been taken, actually the high could be in play now. 65.20. 65.20. How much are those? 65. 26 points. 65. Huh. Now, how can I measure this? I want to see how I need to do more observations here. That's something I've noticed here, but to take anything, I need to keep watching this market. I am checking tomorrow's options. Not today. Really, this market has no confidence, man. It really has not. And I think this 64.15 and the 64.60 and the 65.15 and 64.60, this can be the edges of any range forming here. Value, notice how value is moving higher here. Now it's we have a 4-day range. This late rally has not developed here. We rather have seen a liquidation here. This did not have a upside continuation. Now this market is back in range, right? If you have any question, please just let me know, or comments. This arrow that I have here was this low here. You know, as I say, it would have been really nice here if the market opened up close to this high. Right? I'm aiming to correct this one. The fact that it happened in the pre-market, it kind of like take the steam out of the break. Now let's see if the market can form a second distribution to the lower side, or if the market closes the distribution here. Very narrow, very narrow range here. Wow, look at Nasdaq. Look at this Nasdaq. Absolutely nothing here. And it's not adding, no? Once this market took this low, there was absolute whites here. Look what's happening here again. It's coming back, but there's nothing here, man. This is the danger of this market is that let's put a line here. Yeah. Now that the market has looked below yesterday's range, this can be the potential. This can be the potential destination. All right. Now, we increase what is risk reward. Okay, this is the, let's see how, this is the thing why I say it's too much risk. All right, this is the risk. And this could be the potential final destination. It doesn't have to happen in one period though. That's the thing, right? But no, this is really too much, man. It's just too much risk here. Let's open this and see what's happening. Look at that. Look at this. These highs were fixed or corrected in the first period. Value is inside. Look at how it's getting back inside the value area. It seems like it can be aiming to this high here. It still has 5 more minutes here. Let's see. This is going to be very important here. If the market forms a second distribution here in the lower side. Dow, Nasdaq, and the ES have all come back inside range. Russell is the one lagging here. Okay, so the potential here, right? I see the potential here of a distribution or the market forming, and this is the imagination at play. Market forming a distribution here. We have excess in the lower side, excess in the upper side, potentially targeting this low here, this 64.60 in the lower side, and the upper side 65.15. And you can see the risk, man, the risk is just not worth it here. But because look at this. Okay, and this is why I say the risk is 1 to 1 or maybe even 2 to 1, which is not good. where are you? Okay. If I have a trade here, for example, aiming at this, right? My bad. This will be my stop will be down here. Has to be in this area, right? And this is the reward. Look at that. 1 to 1. Volume is very low here. So I just that's 1 to 1, man. It's just not worth it. I don't have anything here. It seems like, you can see this as an accumulation of value around certain areas or certain levels, just in preparation for CPI. That is, for me, that's what it is. Trying to get something out of this. I would really consider my odds. I consider the odds are not that good here. All right, the market has not formed a distribution. Let's see how market responds to that. I don't need that anymore. I don't need this anymore. I don't need this anymore. What? Hold on a second. I need to take this call. Alright, that was a call that I got here. I am checking these markets. You know what they can do, man. Russell is coming back. It's about to get back inside range. The Dow has tested yesterday's high. Nasdaq and ES are still one time frame lower. That one hasn't ended yet. I guess the weakest is the Russell. The strongest is the Dow, and Nasdaq and ES are still on the side, still inside range, man. I don't know what's going to happen here. All right. Unless you have any questions, I'm going to be calling it a day here. And I wish you a wonderful rest of the day. Stay safe. See you. Hope I can see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.